going to say this. I just had a call that's from a business. I was minding my own business, okay? And to have been eating, I'm just going to say, and then get the call, and then be put on hold for a while, and then ask the question, and then be disrespected, and then have to start recording because the call is a very serious call, and it is necessary to be disrespected even more, and to be told that I was avoiding asking my own questions, my own call, that it was not mandatory for me to do. I was not being forced to call. I was not being forced to add. These are actually my questions. This is actually my business relative to what these are actually coming from me, and have to deal with this stuff. And so I'm going to say it like this. You all are, whoever it is concerning, because I was told someone from the agency have watched some of my live videos. I was not planning on coming back on because I had some things to do. So I was not planning on coming back on until later. And so I want to say this. You all have to know that I have a right to grow up. I have a right to make friendships, relationships, partnerships, whatever it is that I want, okay? And if you continually take things to the streets when I'm on the phone, okay, talking, if someone is constantly taking things to the streets by talking about go left, and because she asked me, she said, do you want to dig into something? And I said to her, what do you mean by dig into something? You see, this is the problem that I'm having, because I should be far more financially successful. Okay, I should have a lot more, and wherever I am supposed to also be treated kindly, because I'm treating kindly. And so, for me to have to go through all sorts of issues because I want to understand clearly. And so this is, now I said, so I think that, are you all starting to put people on the phone that are going to intentionally talk like this to me now? Because the first time I said something about it, and then now again, here they go again, putting another person when I'm trying to handle my business. You know, and so I said, what do you mean by dig? Can you please try to talk as plainly as possible? Because I really want to have a good conversation. So this person says to me, I'm going to, she said, no, you, she said, like, I'm not saying, she's not understanding what I'm, like, she's saying I'm not telling her what I want. I said, are you understanding? She said that I sound, initially when I got on the phone with her, she said I sound muffled. I said, I'm not muffled. And then she changed and said that she couldn't hear me. I said, okay. You see what I'm saying? So she already was upset because I told her that I was not muffled. I'm not muffled. She said that I sound muffled. I'm not muffled. This is why people don't like me. This little stuff like this is why somebody get these jobs once again. And then I have to do the coaching and the feedback. And so I'm starting to wonder, is this what kind of process is this? Like some sort of interview that the state is trying to see if they how much they're gonna start paying me salary? Because this is starting to become something serious. All the more in addition to the other issues that I have for myself. So when this person says to me, are you trying to dig? Now, she said, she knew, she started to say everything. I don't know if it was everything, but she was going along the lines of some of the things that I talked to her about. Some of the things that I talked to her about. I'm not, no, don't talk to me like that, please. I don't need anybody talking to me like that. That's almost can say, if you, listen. I don't know what language, I don't know what that is. If you tell me the definition of it, then, but if I don't know what you mean by that, you're not going to keep saying a bunch of words to me that, and then want me to carry a conversation on with you. Just like if I'm saying words here, someone could say to me, but what are you saying? If I call someone and wait for a call back, and then once I get that call back, then I'm on hold for a while longer. I'm trying to stay near the phone, although I want to do things for me. And so I have that courtesy. And then when I get on the phone, someone is saying that I sound muffled. That's like this default sort of description. I'm not muffled. I look at the phone. I'm not covering the microphone. I'm not muffled either way. I tell the person I'm not muffled. She tells me I try, but I'm not going to yell. And I'm thinking, so then I tell her, because I don't have to share what I'm thinking. Okay? So then I say to her, proceed with the call. I want to know how to safely do this. I want to make sure what are the benefits. I want to make sure that the pros and the cons, if I continue to do business with you, whatever paperwork, what paperwork do I have to submit? I don't just want to say it. I want to make sure everything is decent. I'm talking to her and I'm saying all of this stuff clear. She says she didn't hear what I was saying. So then she says, she starts like getting all like having some sort of behavior. And so then I'm like, what's going on with this person? So then she says, she's going to, because I asked her at the beginning of the conversation, was she the person? I do this all the time. People are so nosy, knowing that they are not supposed to take some of these calls. But they probably recognize the name. They probably want to know what's going on. They probably want it for themselves. See, I have to talk all this and then people get upset with me. But I have to let you all know that I'm not the one out here causing all this trouble. And, me to be so emotional, I have to have emotional competency. Okay? So I have to have emotional competency. Not everyone wants emotional competency. Not everyone it's not mandatory to have emotional competency. It's not mandatory. And people know that I can be myself, but when they start saying that I'm causing a disturbance, then that's when it makes it in trouble. So people are dishonest. So when she began to make me feel as if she was being rude to me, I told her that I am going to start recording a call. I said I should start recording this call. And I haven't been recording calls, And so I said to her, and she said, well, all the calls are recorded. I said, I want to record it for me. So all the calls are recorded from her. I don't know what kind of note she's going to put in, but I know when I talk to somebody about some simple stuff, they put like that I wanted to, this was a different even conversation. And then they had put that I had called for something totally different than what I called for. So I asked, because sometimes a supervisor is the level that I would have to speak to for someone to understand where I'm coming from. So when I asked her, okay, is she the person that I should speak with? She should have said, no, I am not. I explained to her I gave her a summary, briefly about what it was. And I said to her, I want to know if this is beneficial or not for different programs or whatever. And to say, are you the person, or where do I go to talk with these people about? She took it upon herself. She stayed on the phone and talked to me. But when I said to her, that's not what I did not say. I don't want anyone messing up my words like that. That I'm trying to dig. First of all, it's my business. So what do you mean? What are you saying? I never said that I want to dig for anything. So I could assume things that she is saying. However, I'm not sure. Now, that's not how I'm going to have every conversation. So don't worry. And that's why a lot of people are like, they just can't deal with me because they don't need me correcting. They comfortable with different things. No, like I know people, I say things, I talk my specific way. So don't go there. Speak, whatever. But when it's something like this, I want to make sure, because there has just always been some sort of misinterpretation, some miscommunication, and I want to make sure that I know exactly why I'm on the phone with someone, what is being discussed, what is being noted, what is being passed along to the next person, like what is being in a computer when someone accesses it, from what someone is reading, from what I am saying, and the nature of the call. So this person jumps right in on me and it says, well, I don't know what I said, but wait. I said, you were just starting to say. She said, well, baby, she said something like she wants to speak with the supervisor. I mean, she wants me to have a supervisor call back. And I said to her, so you're saying that you don't know what I'm talking to you about? So you're saying that you're not even going to see if you can answer the questions? She said that she could answer them by saying on the phone. She said, well, I don't know exactly, but I can see it, whatever she said. Okay? They have the full recorded call. Because I'm not even trying to go through all this stuff with these people. I am not trying to cause a problem. If I am, if I am posting, yes, I have to say it. If I am putting something out here, that does not mean that I am trying to, make a big deal out of it or whatever, okay? What I'm trying to do is just put something out there, just in case someone has a question, it's right here, and to say this is exactly what happened. Because a lot of people may get mad if something happens and then they say, Jasmine, and she wanted my middle initial, and all that different stuff. I'm like, now people want to start passing around my middle initial. I've never been asked my middle initial. They, so it's just a lot going on. So maybe she might feel like she want to come or whatever. She didn't even want to tell me her name. By the way, she didn't even want to tell me her name. I asked her, I said, how do you spell it? She was hesitant on that. What kind of mess is that? You didn't ask me my middle initial, all that different stuff. You don't even want me to know who I'm talking to now at the place that I'm calling? That is highly unusual. I don't want to sit around and wait for someone to give me something that is going to hurt me. I don't want that at all. I don't want it. I'm not going to sit around and allow people to just hurt me. I don't care, and I don't want them to hurt me and I not know that they are hurting me, because it's all the same. Okay? And if she says that I'm doing something, I'm causing trouble, and she happens to lose her job or get suspended, then she may have a husband, some children, a father, some leadership, someone in her life, some friends, whoever she supports herself. And they may blame me and say, once again, I'm causing trouble. I'm not trying to have it out with everybody. Like, all I'm trying to do is just handle my business. And every time I try to walk away from a situation, I should not have to be fought or anything like that. And then when someone want to try to say that I am a problem. And so when I'm going to somebody that I need, then I can't even get what I need, because someone has been dishonest about my personality and my behavior, and they've only talked to me on the phone for 20 minutes, 5 minutes, or an hour, or whatever. They don't even know me. And most of the time it's spent where I'm trying to problem solve. I'm trying to do regular things, and I'm talking so fast because I got so much I'm saying. It's fine. I should not have to constantly get beat up, be slandered verbally or whatever, have to deal with defamation of character. I should not have to deal with all these different things. I should not have to assume what someone is saying. She could have been kind enough to me, to say, this is what I mean by that. Maybe she doesn't know. She doesn't know how to interpret her own words. I know how that is sometimes. Like, to learn, like me, with profanity. I know what I'm saying, but at times I've used profanity, and I didn't use any profanity on that call with her. And so no profanity has come up since I've been on this video. So she could say, I need I haven't had this kind of call. I don't know. Can I look at something, or I need some time to gather my words so that I can explain to you. It's not that hard. If you think because you hear an accent in my voice, and you have an accent in your voice, your own accent, I have my own accent, that does not mean that I know exactly what you're saying. And who's to say whoever has accent or whatever? I'm not going to, and this is, like I said previously, it's all different kinds of backgrounds or whatever. I'm not trying to be racist. I'm speaking on my own terms here. I'm speaking on what I'm saying, and I'm speaking on the way that I feel like it is beneficial so that it is understood. And whether or not people can accept it or not, then I cannot say that, because it's not for anyone to accept. It's just to make sure people know that I am not causing problems in these businesses. Today, she could have handled that conversation. She handled it how she wanted to handle it. But for her to hang up in my face, I didn't do anything wrong. I didn't yell. I wasn't upset. And so if I want to use my page to identify it that way. So how did okay, so do you know, so what did I ask? I don't want this phone to be escalated. I don't want, what do you mean, animosity. What? I don't want this to go. Animosity and I'm going to make sure hold on, wait a minute. Wait a minute. I'm going to confirm. What are you talking about? Number. What are you? Because we're not getting anywhere. So what did I do? Wait, well, I called. I have other questions. As well. You don't even want to ask me questions. You're not telling the truth. I said to you. So okay, well I'm gonna ask them again. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I plead. I don't say I plead, but I really ask so innocently. Like I really truly try to understand, like, what is this person doing? Why does this person want me to be clueless? Because I'm not really understanding where. And then she says to go left. She starts saying to go left. Who told you that I understand? Well, you're not talking to me like that. You're not talking to me like that. They're calling back.